The
To a lot of writers who cover the NBA, talk to the folks in Las Vegas. The Pistons, I have not seen picked to win the series anywhere.
Because so many people had doubted us, so many people had counted us out.
When did you feel like this is it? We're going to do it this year?
When Rasheed Wallace came.
Okay.
No doubt in my mind.
Right.
Because when we used to play in games, me and Chauncey used to always say, all right, you know what? We are the best backcourt in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Like we walked it, we walked it, we talked it.
Our team encompassed everything, and the game was different. But who we were as a team and as a unit, I don't think it'd ever be done again the way that we did it.
The one thing that would make Sheed really mad, and then after he gets mad, you can throw it to him and he can score on anybody, was him getting a tech. So one night, it was so funny. I forgot the ref. I forgot who was playing. He was talking crazy. It was, you know how he talks to the refs? Yeah. He talking crazy.
Listen, we have to put more respect on that Detroit Pistons team.
Yes!
With
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. What's going on, man? New Breed 313 Sports, man. Coming on here on the XP, man. Good win by the Pistons tonight against Atlanta in Atlanta, man. Dominant fashion from start to finish, man. This was just a good game, all-around game by the Pistons, man. Cade leading the way. Beasley hit some good shots. Fontecchio. Isaiah Stewart in the paint, man, blocking shots, showing us his presence, his defensive presence. Duran was staying. Man, this was just a good team effort and good team win. And to go on the road to be in the 7th spot, I think they're in the 7th spot. They just overtook Atlanta. And the defensive job that they did on Trae Young, man, you can't. I don't even think he scored like 6 points or something like that in the second half or whatever. But they did a good job, man, and a lot of that goes to Ron Holland and Sarr and Cade too. But with that matchup, man, definitely Cade won that in dominant fashion. They put the clamps on, even Jalen Johnson, DeAndre Hunter, who was, I believe, the top scorer coming off the bench. Now, they put the stamps on that. But it's just good to see this team, they finally getting it together. They finally knowing, JP's system. They finally just getting that defensive mentality. I knew they just had to get it. They just had to get the system, and they got so much belief, and they playing with it. They're playing Okay. Yeah, that was difficulties. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, it's just good that to see that this team is coming together, that they're just they come at at the right time, man. Right before the All-Star break. Cade, if he's not on the All-Star team, I don't know what's up. And we just have to just embrace this team, man. It's just they coming together. Beasley, Tobias, and Tim Hardaway, that their veteran presence is definitely working for this team. And hopefully, but Cade is that guy, man. He's the drink that's stirring everything, man. So hopefully no injuries. I don't want no trades happening. I want this team to stay together. And then later on in the season, let's see what they do in the second half of the season. And you got to remember, they doing this without Jaden Ivey. Pretty much their second best player. They doing this without him, and they making this push. Now, the thing is, let's say they do make a push, go to the playoffs, get a good seed, whatever. What do you do with Jaden Ivey? Do you trade him? Do you let him go? Like, my thing is, I wouldn't let him go. I would still keep him. Let's see, how this team do next year. Even next year, I think this team is going to be better next year if they can stay healthy. I still think they got to get Cade some help. They got to get a scoring big man. They got to get a defensive they got to get somebody in the paint, even though Stewart's played well. And it's amazing because a lot of fans thought we should have traded Isaiah Stewart. Now he's coming on into one of the best defenders in the league. Who would have thought that? Like a guy that was not known for his defensive presence, but Bickerstaff has gotten him to do that. Even assistant coaches like Potapinko and Jared Jack and Luke Walton, I'm pretty sure they worked with him in practices and stuff like that. And they have it's been well for this team. Once they get the positivity and they have it in, man, the sky's the limit for this team. And I just think this team has a lot to learn. They're going to learn throughout the whole season, man. This is what happens when you got a young team mixed with veterans. They starting to play Paul Reed more, which I'm a Paul Reed fan, man. I like Paul Reed. They playing Asar, playing Ron Holland. They letting Sasser play. He's giving them some good minutes. So it's just an all-around team, man. And you just want to see how good this team is, man. It's that East, it's just everybody else after that is just it's wide open. It's very wide open. And they have a good chance to be in faith in this Piston team. I know they're gonna see how they do the second half of the season, if they can, in that fourth spot. We'll see. But this was just still a great win. And wonderful win. And this is probably one of the best wins of the season. And So yeah, but this, like I said, man, this was a good win, good team victory. Just excited about this team. Because they gonna be they got a long road trip. They don't come back home. I think it's next Friday. So, we they gotta take advantage of these road victories, man. I mean, these are definitely winnable games. Even with Orlando, man, Orlando got a lot of injuries. Wagner brothers, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, a lot of these guys are hurt. So they just got to take advantage of that. And Orlando is like one of those teams where they fight for a good spot as well. So that East is going to be competitive. East and the West going to be competitive, but this East is definitely going to be competitive 4 through 10, 11, 12. So it's going to be competitive throughout the whole season. And the Pistons just got to keep winning, keep fighting, keep putting defensive intensity out there. And, who knows, man? You never know. They could get one of those top 4 seeds, top 5 seeds, top 6 seeds. They could get that. It's a possibility. They may add that in the season. And it'll be good to have, a home field advantage in the first round. That'd be great. But we'll see. We'll see what happens during trade deadline. We'll see if Pistons do any moves. We'll see if Trajan Langdon and all these guys do any moves. We'll see. I hope they don't, but if they do, it's got to be for the right person. You got to have that person that's going to help Cade. Like I said, I've always said, try to get Daniel Gafford from Dallas. That pick and roll game with him and Cade would be scary. That would be scary. But the big question is, who would you give up to get him? That's the big question. So I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how they do. We'll see exactly how they do. And man, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, man. I mean, we need somebody after what happened with the Lions, man. So, we got the Pistons. So, hopefully they can keep this momentum Saturday. Tough young team with Orlando as well. So even throughout injuries, they still gonna be tough. They got Paulo, so Paulo gonna be a battle of number 1 picks. So it's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be an exciting game to watch, man. That's definitely gonna be an exciting game to watch. So, but we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Definitely gonna see what happens.